We've seen the portal open up and close. We got a lot of athletes that's still on the move, trying to figure out exactly where they're going to go. But one thing we got to take into consideration, when you got athletes that are on the move, you got to have coaches that's going to be able to come in there and coach them up to make sure that they're able to do the things necessary for that team to be successful. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, we got some coaches that's moving around in the SIAC, CIAA, SWAC, as well as the MEAC. And looking at this latest coach that's already he's already touched down at a university, I think it was a good pickup for the team because I think what they're going to be able to do with the offensive line, they're going to be able to take it to a next level, in which this coach here has NFL experience. He has experience as far as with playing the position itself. So we're going to talk about exactly how I think this young man is going to fit in with this program right after this. Coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and share these videos. And tap in a friend or two and tell them to come on in. It's another positive vibes. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on all social media platforms. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump on in this thing. Because they're like, Coach, what you talking about? What you got going on over there? Well, I was sitting back looking at some of the changes as far as coaches coming into different programs and things of that nature as far as what we can expect this upcoming season. And one coach in particular, in which the program that he came from, they're doing a massive overhaul. So it made me really want to dig in and understand exactly, okay, why the coach was doing pretty well where he was at, even though the team wasn't putting up the W's in the manner in which they should have been. But looking at the position that he was coaching, I said, wait a minute, this young man here has something going on that could be beneficial to this program. And looking at how he went about business as far as with coaching up the athletes that he had, I said, you know what? I think they might be on to something here. That might be that diamond in the rough because, we've heard all the time the conversations about the offensive line being poo. And what I mean by poo is hot trash. If you don't understand hot trash, I mean dumpster juice. If you don't understand dumpster juice, I mean dumpster juice on fire. That's how bad it was in many instances where you heard people talk about these offensive linemen coming into programs and they're not being able to do the things that's required of them to make sure they're able to open the holes or better yet, keep the defensive players off the quarterback's back. Well, looking at what just touched down at Jackson State, Coach Ramirez came over from Texas Southern University. And I wanted to look at some things as far as the tell of the tape, as far as, what all his offensive lines were able to accomplish as far as him coaching them up. Now, we are, many of you may know, many of you may not. He got to Texas Southern 2021, the summer of 2021. And in that season, the offensive line allowed 17 sacks. They averaged 188.1 yards per game, and they averaged per carry with 5.1 yards per carry rushing the ball. Now, I'm sitting there, I'm thinking to myself, like, wait a minute, okay, Jackson State got running backs. They have a running back core. They have a running back room that is ridiculous. Mulligan, as well as Miller. I think JD is still there. I could be wrong. I could be incorrect on that. They got a couple of other athletes that have now joined the running back room as well. So that running back room is thick. But now we transfer that around. Look at the offensive line, and they got athletes that's coming into their offensive line. That's going to do some damage. Yeah, they lost a couple of players here and there, but we're going to see exactly what they're capable of doing as far as getting out there and blocking for Jacoby and Morgan, who I believe will be the starting quarterback for Jackson State this upcoming season. Like I stated before, we've heard a lot about what Alabama State is over there doing with Andrew Body and they're getting the athletes over there. You got Alabama A&M last season. Coach Maynard, he was able to run a two-headed monster at the quarterback position in which they were ranked third in the SWAC. So looking at how everything's going to size up now, many people say, hey, Alabama State is head and shoulders above everybody else. But we still got to sit back and look at some things as far as what can we expect. Now, I know some of you are waiting on me to give my my predictions as far as how this thing going to land when it comes to the teams, how they're going to, how everything's going to shape up once the season kicks off. I'm going to probably wait maybe another week or two on that before I go ahead and drop that. Please expect it from your favorite coach. Looking back at what Coach Ramirez was able to do while he was over at Texas Southern, let's look at 2022. 2022, they averaged 177.7 yards per carry, 4.3 yards per carry, 177 yards per game is what they averaged on 4.3 yards per carry. And they allowed 23 sacks. Now, that was one season where I believe they lost a couple of offensive linemen that transferred out, or they no longer had any type of eligibility left. And, you started seeing some things, kind of tilting a little bit here and there. But you had Owens and Jacory running the ball over there for Texas Southern. And, I mean, they were getting off at a high clip. Matter of fact, I think in 2022, Andrew Body and Owens, they both rushed for 700 yards apiece. So that lets you know right there was some holes that were open for the quarterback as well as the running back to run. And just thinking back on how those two were able to just get off in games rushing that ball, I mean, it's something scary to see. So I'm definitely looking to see exactly how things are going to be called this upcoming season, because remember, Jackson State is going to have a new offensive coordinator that's going to be calling the plays. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the cat is already out the bag. I believe it's going to be head coach T.C. Taylor going to go back to calling them plays once again. I mean, it's not like we haven't seen head coaches do this in the past. So him getting out there calling plays, again, he's going to get in his bag, do his thing as far as what's being shown to him out there on the field. So we're going to have to wait and see how that goes also, which is going to cause teams to have to go back and reevaluate exactly how they're going to come out there and prepare to go up against Jackson State this upcoming season. So that's going to be something interesting to watch as well. But we're going to talk about Coach Ramirez. We're going to talk about Coach Ramirez offensive line this past season, in which Andrew Body was injured after the first game. And the reason why I'm using Andrew Body is because of the fact that he was the quarterback over at Texas Southern University when Coach Ramirez was the offensive lineman coach over there during that time. I believe he got there was at 2021. That was right after the spring season, going into the fall season. So, and remember, Body only played, he missed what was the first couple of games, and then he got in there and got the plan as the starting quarterback for Texas Southern. So just looking at how things went on that season, you could tell that with him having the right pieces at his disposal as far as offensive linemen, he can get them prepared to get out there on that field and compete and do the things that's required of them within the offense for that offense to be successful. But like I said, 2023 with Andrew Body being out, they averaged per game rushing the ball 189.9 yards per game on 5.2 yards per carry. But the sacks went up. They had 25 sacks in that game. So again, inserting a new quarterback into the system for them to get out there and compete, kind of threw things off because, again, the quarterback had to get himself acclimated as far as what to expect from the offensive line throughout the season. So, we can use that as a measuring point, but then again, you have to reevaluate that also to say to yourself, well, maybe, how would that have looked if Andrew Body would have been in there? It probably would have been a lot less sacks than what we're seeing with the sample size as far as with the young man that played quarterback for them last season after the first game. But I will say this, Coach Ramirez being an offensive lineman for my NFL championship, Super Bowl champion, Denver Broncos. I mean, he was the guard for Peyton Manning. He was the guard for Peyton Manning. So he was able to keep Peyton Manning upright during that season, that they had that run, making sure that they weren't able to get back there and sack him and knock him around a lot because of the neck injury that he had at that time. So I'm kind of glad to see that, Coach T.C. Taylor was able to bring a offensive lineman coach over to the program that actually played the position at a high level, as well as being able to come out there and teach what he's been taught to the athletes that's before him. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I did have some reservations as far as the offensive coach itself because of the fact that I was looking at it from the standpoint of wins and losses. And a lot of times when you have athletes that's out there making sure that they do, they take care of the assignments that they need to take care of, you can't always put the burden of the team not being able to win because of what what they weren't able to do out there on the field. And how you understand, look, today just ain't your day. Unfortunately, there was a lot of days like that, and there were some other underlying issues over there at Texas Southern that prevented them from being as successful as they should have been. But I do like this pickup for Jackson State to have Coach Ramirez as an offensive lineman coach. So we're going to see exactly how all this plays out. But guys, like I stated before, stay tuned, keep your ears to the ground. Y'all going to see some things that's really going to shake. Coach about to get back in his bag with all of the HBCU content. I know I've been all over the place giving you content on a lot of different things. So like I stated before, make sure y'all stick around, hold on, tune in, tap in, tell a friend or a friend to come on in. But your favorite coach going to go ahead and get up on out this thing. But until next time, be the one and lead.